All right, so today we're going to dive deep into generative AI.
Okay.
Specifically, those Gen AI startups that are not just, making headlines and generating buzz, but actually, bringing in some cash.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
absolutely. And it is such a fascinating space, but I totally get it can be a lot to keep up with.
it really is.
Every day it seems like there's something new.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think what we want to do today is cut through that noise,
yeah,
try to make sense of it.
exactly. And I
Yeah.
think, to do that, we've looked at the, recent analyses, the market forecasts. We've got some really, really cool examples of Gen AI startups
Mm.
to give you a really kind of clear and focused understanding of what's important.
Yeah,
And what's interesting
exactly.
in this, rapidly changing field. So think of this deep dive as your shortcut
Yeah.
to being in the know.
Yeah, our goal today is to understand how these Gen AI startups are actually making money. What are the key areas they're focusing on? What business models are they using? What are the underlying technologies that are driving their success?
Mhm.
And then ultimately, what are the potential opportunities that might emerge down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you look at some of the projections about, the finances, the financials around this industry,
Hmm.
it really hits home how big this is getting.
Mm.
So Gartner predicts worldwide spending on Gen AI to reach $644 billion in 2025.
Wow.
That is a 76.4% increase from the $364.96 billion
Yeah.
expected this year alone. And what's really interesting is that hardware is projected to make up the largest portion of that spending.
Well, that makes sense when you think about the massive infrastructure that's needed to
Yeah.
support these really sophisticated AI models
Yeah,
and the applications they enable. It's not just about the clever algorithms, it's about the computing power behind them.
yeah, absolutely. And Morgan Stanley Research, they're even more optimistic. They're projecting revenue to hit $1.1 trillion by 2028,
Wow.
up from just $45 billion in 2024. So that suggests, a very rapid and widespread integration of Gen AI into various commercial offerings.
Yeah, I think we're going to see software and internet-based companies really seeing some significant returns on those investments in AI relatively quickly.
Yeah, but it's not just, future predictions.
Mm.
The investment in these startups right now is immense.
Yeah.
We saw over $22.4 billion globally invested in 2023,
Yeah.
and that more than doubled to over $56 billion in 2024.
It's a lot of faith being placed in these ventures.
It really is, and what's really noteworthy about those investment figures is the trend towards larger average funding rounds.
Right.
So, that suggests that the investors are becoming more discerning. They're placing bigger bets on the companies that they believe have the, strongest potential for substantial growth and market dominance.
Right. Yeah, they're not just throwing money at any AI startup anymore. They're really trying to pick the winners.
Exactly. And we're seeing real-world adoption happening now. A Gartner report from last October revealed that half of surveyed organizations are increasing their Gen AI investments.
Mm-hmm.
And what's also really striking is that these Gen AI companies are reaching significant revenue milestones at a much faster pace compared to traditional SaaS companies,
Yeah.
in the early days.
I think that speaks to the fact that there's a strong value proposition here that's resonating very quickly with customers,
Yeah,
that's leading to faster adoption and then ultimately faster revenue growth.
absolutely. Okay, so let's delve a bit deeper into some of these successful revenue-generating Gen AI startups
Okay.
to kind of get a better understanding of where the traction is. We've grouped them by industry.
Okay.
Let's kick things off with education
Yeah.
and a company called QuizGecko,
Okay.
founded in 2022.
So what I find really interesting about QuizGecko is they're laser focused on a very specific challenge within education. It's the
Okay.
assessment.
Right.
Their AI-powered platform helps educators and trainers create tests and exams
Hmm.
more efficiently. They can grade them instantly
Wow.
and even tailor the assessments to specific needs.
Hmm.
And they've already attracted some pretty big names as customers.
Yeah.
Clark University,
Oh, wow.
Amazon, the University of Sheffield. So it seems like there's a real demand for more streamlined and more insightful educational evaluation methods.
Yeah, for sure. And it seems like their subscription model is geared towards affordability for educational institutions and businesses,
Mm.
which seems like a smart strategy. It really shows how these, targeted Gen AI solutions can find a strong foothold in established sectors like education,
Yeah.
particularly in personalized learning.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see how AI is being used to personalize the learning experience
Yeah,
and make it more effective.
absolutely.
Okay.
And then we have TalkPal, which was founded more recently in 2023.
Okay.
They took a different approach focusing on language learning. What's really cool about them is they use OpenAI's GPT large language model,
Yeah.
which is obviously a very powerful type of AI that's really good at understanding and generating human-like text.
Mm-hmm.
So by building their personalized lessons and various learning modes on this already robust foundation
Right.
and supporting an impressive 57 languages, they can offer a really, comprehensive and interactive learning experience.
Yeah, and their freemium approach,
Mm-hmm.
which gives you basic access for free and then charges for more advanced translation features, allows them to reach a broad user base.
Yeah, it's a clever way to leverage existing cutting-edge AI
Yeah.
while concentrating on the user experience and that all-important personalization and learning.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let's move on to another area that's seeing explosive growth,
Yep. Yeah.
content creation and marketing.
All right.
First up, we have Right Sonic, founded in 2021.
Interesting company because they've built a really substantial customer base with relatively modest funding.
Wow.
It's only around $2.72 million, as we understand.
Wow.
But they're helping businesses create content that's aligned with their brand
Mm-hmm.
and is also optimized to rank well in search engines.
Yeah.
So this is about practical value.
Right.
AI can bring to the table to address that continuous need for effective organic marketing.
Mm-hmm.
So you're generating SEO-friendly content
Right.
to attract people to your website,
Exactly.
and their B2B subscription model directly addresses the needs of those marketing and content creation teams.
Exactly. It's about making AI a tool
Yeah.
for the everyday tasks
Mm-hmm.
involved in marketing.
Right.
Okay, next we have Tome, founded in 2020,
Okay.
which is all about simplifying the often time-consuming process of creating presentations
Yeah.
using AI.
I think their growth has been remarkable.
It really has.
Almost 1 million users in just 5 months.
Wow.
And they've raised $81 million in funding.
Yeah.
So this really underscores how much people want to streamline everyday tasks. Yeah.
Presentations are something we all use.
Yeah, we do.
Their AI-powered formatting and visual suggestions really make presentation creation more accessible,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of your design skills.
Absolutely.
And again, the subscription model as a productivity enhancer seems very likely.
Yeah, for sure. And finally, in the content and marketing space, we have Jasper, also founded in 2020.
Okay.
They seem to be a real leader in this space.
They've really established themselves as a comprehensive GenAI platform,
Mm-hmm.
specifically for marketing teams.
Okay.
It's not just content generation.
Right?
It's a full suite of tools to ensure that brand messaging is consistent across all channels.
Okay.
So they've got an AI document editor.
Wow.
They even have an integrated AI image suite.
Mm.
So their SaaS subscription model,
Yeah.
which is tailored specifically for marketing teams,
Right.
and their significant funding
Yeah.
makes them a front runner in this space.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's switch gears a bit.
And look at the more creative applications with creative arts and entertainment.
All right.
So first we have Stability AI, founded in 2020,
Okay.
who you probably know as the creators of Stable Diffusion.
Right.
So Stability AI is really interesting
Mhm.
because their primary revenue stream comes from their Dream Studio APIs, which allows other developers to integrate their powerful text-to-image generation capabilities into their own applications and
Well,
services.
Yeah, it's like they're providing the building blocks
Yeah.
for others to create their own tools with
That's
their
right.
technology.
Hmm.
So they have substantial funding and a billion-dollar valuation,
Wow.
which shows that there's real value in providing these foundational GenAI models and tools through APIs.
Absolutely.
They're also exploring open source models
Mm.
and venturing into things like text to audio.
Wow.
So there's a commitment to broader accessibility
Yeah.
and continued innovation.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we have SoundDraw, also founded in 2020,
Oh.
which focuses on AI-driven music generation.
So they take a more direct-to-consumer approach,
Okay.
offering AI-generated music in a wide range of styles.
Okay.
And they have a really interesting freemium model.
Yeah.
They provide royalty-free music for personal use
Mm-hmm.
and then charge for commercial applications
Okay.
and advanced features like adding vocals.
Mm.
So they're tapping into a big demand for accessible and affordable music
Yeah.
for content creators.
Yeah.
And artists are reportedly using their music on platforms like Spotify and Apple Music.
Wow.
So it's definitely democratizing music creation.
It really is. Okay. Let's move into a really broad and crucial category.
Okay.
AI-powered tools and platforms.
All right.
This is where we see a lot of the foundational technologies and services that enable wider adoption.
Mm-hmm.
First up, we have Cohere, founded in 2019.
Okay.
They're very much focused on the enterprise market,
Right.
providing this robust platform for natural language processing and generation. So they emphasize their own multilingual models
Right.
and a technique called retrieval augmented generation, or RAG,
Yeah.
which helps their AI provide more accurate answers
Mhm.
by using external information.
Right. So they're pulling in information
Yeah.
from other sources
Yeah.
to give better answers to their
That's true.
users.
Exactly.
So their emphasis is on precision and relevance
Okay.
for business applications.
Hmm.
And their annual recurring revenue is about $35 million,
Wow.
which shows that they're gaining traction,
Yeah.
integrating their AI into enterprise workflows
Yeah.
through low-code solutions
Mhm.
and APIs.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, next we have Hugging Face.
Okay.
Founded way back in 2016.
Wow.
They've been a significant presence in the AI community for a while now.
Hugging Face has become a central hub
Yeah.
for the AI community.
Yeah.
It's often referred to as the GitHub of machine learning,
Yeah.
and their freemium model gives you free access to an extensive collection of tools and pre-trained AI models.
Okay.
So it's really fostering collaboration and innovation across the field.
Yeah.
They also have paid plans for individuals and teams,
Mhm.
cloud services,
Yeah.
and enterprise solutions.
Uh-huh.
And their annual recurring revenue is estimated to be about $70 million.
Wow.
So this really underscores how critical they are
Yeah.
in providing that infrastructure
Yeah.
that supports the whole AI ecosystem.
Yeah, they're like the essential toolkit
Yeah.
and collaborative space
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
AI development.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then we have Prompt Security, a much newer company founded just this year
Okay.
in 2023.
So they're tackling a really important and increasingly relevant issue,
Oh.
the security risks that come with using GenAI within organizations.
Right.
So their platform provides real-time monitoring,
Mm.
policy enforcement,
Yeah.
content moderation,
Yeah.
all designed to protect businesses
Yeah.
from potential GenAI-related threats.
Yeah.
So as more companies use GenAI, yeah,
The need for these security measures will only grow,
for sure.
and their subscription-based platform could be a vital offering.
Yeah, absolutely crucial as this technology becomes more deeply embedded.
Yeah.
Okay, next up is Articulate AI,
Okay.
founded very recently in 2024.
So they're delivering an enterprise-grade platform for building and deploying AI applications.
Right.
They're focused on features like autonomous model management,
Mm-hmm.
automated data intelligence,
Okay.
and flexible deployment options across various environments.
So it seems like they're targeting organizations that want to develop their own custom AI solutions
Exact.
in a secure and efficient way.
Mm.
And their revenue model is likely based on enterprise subscriptions.
Right.
Okay. And then we have Omnifact, founded in 2023,
Okay.
with a really strong emphasis on privacy.
Yeah, their focus on privacy-first GenAI for work is really a key differentiator.
Yeah.
So features like data masking
Mm-hmm.
and customizable content filtering.
And the ability to integrate multiple AI models
Yeah.
really address a concern that I think a lot of companies have about using AI,
For sure.
data security and compliance.
Right.
So they're likely going to use an enterprise subscription model
Mm-hmm.
with options for cloud and on-premise deployment.
Makes sense. Okay. Now for something a bit more specialized, ZY Thera, founded in 2020.
Okay.
They're a fascinating example of how GenAI can be applied to very specific scientific domains.
Yeah.
So they use their platform for protein engineering,
Wow.
combined with physical screening and production systems,
Okay.
to develop therapeutic enzymes aimed at treating rare diseases.
So their business model will likely involve partnering with pharma and biotech companies, maybe
Yeah.
through licensing agreements
Right.
or research collaborations.
Yeah.
So this really showcases the potential for GenAI to
Yeah.
drive innovation in specialized scientific research.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we have VoiceOwl, founded in 2020,
Okay.
focusing on AI-powered voice assistants.
Right. So they're targeting a very common business need,
Yeah.
enhancing customer service in contact centers.
Okay.
Their GenAI-powered voice assistants create more natural, human-like interactions for customer support and sales.
Right.
They're contextually aware, and they integrate with existing enterprise systems.
So their model is likely subscription-based for enterprises.
Right.
and addresses the need for more sophisticated AI in customer interactions.
Exactly. We're trying to make those customer service interactions more efficient
Yeah.
and hopefully more satisfying for everyone involved.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, next we have Copy.ai, also founded in 2020.
Okay.
They take a broader approach.
Yeah, they're aiming to optimize the entire go-to-market strategy
Okay.
for enterprises by using AI.
So their platform offers intelligent automation
Mm.
across sales, marketing, and customer success,
Right.
with the goal of, streamlining processes and improving customer engagement.
It's a holistic approach to using AI to achieve business goals.
Exactly.
Their likely model will be an enterprise subscription model,
Okay.
which positions them as a comprehensive AI solution for driving revenue growth across an organization.
Okay. And then we have Bardeen, founded in 2020,
Okay.
which focuses on workflow automation directly within web browsers.
Their browser-based approach to automation is really quite innovative.
Yeah.
So users can use natural language prompts
Yeah.
to automate tasks across different web applications.
Okay.
So this is making AI-powered automation much more accessible
Yeah.
to a wider range of users.
Yeah.
So their model is likely to be subscription-based,
Mm-hmm.
potentially with different tiers based on usage and features.
Right.
And this could appeal to a broad audience looking to enhance their productivity.
Yeah. Making that power of automation more readily available to everyone.
Exactly.
Okay. And we also have Orc.ai, founded in 2023,
Okay.
focusing on the crucial aspect of AI lifecycle management.
Yeah, so they're addressing the growing complexity of managing the entire life cycle
Right.
of large language models.
With their low-code LLMOs platform.
Mhm.
So their model is likely B2B SaaS,
Right.
catering to organizations that need to, streamline and efficiently
Yeah.
develop, deploy, and maintain their AI models.
Absolutely essential infrastructure for this world of AI models.
Sure. Okay, now let's touch on some more established players
Okay.
in the field. So DeepL, founded back in 2009,
Wow.
is a recognized leader in AI-powered language translation.
Yeah.
Their long-standing presence
Mhm.
and their significant funding
Yeah.
really underscore the continued and growing importance of high-quality AI language translation.
It's a huge need
Yeah.
in today's globalized world.
It really is.
So their advanced neural machine translation algorithms have really set the bar high
Yeah.
for accuracy and naturalness. So their revenue likely comes from subscription plans for individual users and businesses,
Okay.
as well as API access for other applications.
Makes sense.
Okay.
And another well-known name, Grammarly, also founded in 2009.
Okay.
The ubiquitous AI writing assistant.
Yeah,
Their revenue figures are really impressive.
they are.
$178.9 million in 2023,
Wow.
which really shows how widely adopted AI is for communication.
Yeah, it's become an essential tool
Yeah.
for so many people.
For sure.
And their freemium model has been incredibly successful,
Yeah,
offering basic grammar and style checks for free,
right.
and then charging for more advanced features
Yeah.
and enterprise solutions.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, and finally in this category, we have Perplexity AI, founded in 2022,
Okay.
which is taking a fresh approach to search.
So their AI-driven search engine combines large language models with real-time data from the web
Okay.
to provide conversational answers that actually include links to the sources. So
Right.
this is a really innovative approach to how we find information.
It really is.
They have a freemium model as well, with free and paid versions.
Okay.
And they've raised a lot of money,
Yeah.
$520 million.
Wow.
And they have $1 billion valuation.
Yeah.
So people are really excited about this new search experience.
Yeah, it's fascinating to see how AI is reshaping something as fundamental as search.
Absolutely.
So, looking across all these diverse examples, what are some of the high-growth industries
Okay.
that are really embracing GenAI applications and seeing tangible benefits?
Well, we're seeing a lot of traction in marketing and advertising.
Okay.
So GenAI is being used for everything from content creation to targeted advertising campaigns to personalized marketing messages.
Okay.
And companies are seeing real improvements
Yeah.
in things like email conversion rates.
Okay.
Education is another key area
Yeah.
where AI is being used to personalize learning materials
Yeah.
and create adaptive courses,
Right.
potentially even reducing content creation costs.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Healthcare is also showing immense promise, particularly in accelerating drug research
Right.
and production by predicting molecular structures.
Yeah, and analyzing all of that research data.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then we're also seeing big impacts in software development
Yeah.
with AI-powered coding assistants
Mm.
that are boosting productivity
Mm.
in customer service, where AI chatbots and voice assistants are handling more and more queries
Yeah.
and automating support functions, which leads to cost savings and improved customer satisfaction.
Exactly.
And in finance,
Mm.
GenAI is being used for fraud detection,
Right.
risk assessment, and automated report generation.
Mm.
And even the legal sector is seeing more adoption for things like document analysis and review.
It's amazing how many industries AI is impacting. It's not just enhancing workflows, it's also unlocking entirely new capabilities
Yeah.
and driving huge efficiencies.
Absolutely. So we've looked at a lot of companies and their applications. What are some of the common business models that seem to be working in the GenAI space?
SaaS subscriptions are definitely popular,
Okay.
especially for platforms that provide ongoing access to tools and features
Right.
like Jasper and Cohere.
Mm-hmm.
API access is also crucial
Yeah.
for companies that offer those foundational models that
Yeah.
other businesses can use.
Like Stability AI.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Freemium models are popular as well
Yeah.
for attracting a large initial user base like
Mm.
TalkPal and Grammarly.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's B2B services
Right.
where companies tailor AI solutions
Mm-hmm.
to the specific needs of other businesses.
Like Sonic and ZYSera.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're even starting to see marketplaces emerge,
Yeah.
like PromptBase,
Mm-hmm.
which facilitate the buying and selling of AI-related assets like prompts.
Interesting.
It's a very diverse ecosystem
Yeah, it really is.
in terms of how companies are monetizing their AI innovations.
And what are those core technologies
Okay.
that are enabling all of this startup success?
Well, it all starts with large language models, or LLMs. They're the engine behind all of the text generation, natural language understanding,
Yeah.
conversational AI applications that we're seeing.
Yeah.
We also have text-to-image generation,
Mm.
which has opened up all sorts of new possibilities for
Yeah.
creating visual content.
Yeah.
Text-to-audio and speech synthesis
Mm.
are crucial for voice interfaces, language learning, and accessibility.
Yeah.
Code generation tools are speeding up software development.
Mm.
Or array or retrieval augmented generation is improving the accuracy of LLMs
Right.
by allowing them to use external information.
Okay.
And then there are specialized models that are fine-tuned for specific industries or tasks.
So it's really a potent combination of all of these advancements
Yeah.
that are fueling this wave of innovation
Exactly.
and business creation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so despite all of this activity and progress,
Mm-hmm.
are there still unmet market needs and opportunities for new GenAI startups?
Absolutely.
Okay.
One area is bridging the gap in GenAI readiness in marketing. A lot of marketers are still figuring out how to integrate these tools
Sure.
into their workflows.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a big need for user-friendly onboarding and integration solutions.
Okay.
Another area is improving data management for GenAI.
Mm-hmm.
So this includes things like cleaning, labeling, securing, and governing the huge amounts of data needed to train these models.
Right.
And then there are tons of opportunities to develop specialized vertical AI applications
Aye.
for industries that haven't really been addressed yet,
Okay.
like agriculture and manufacturing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What about more advanced opportunities?
Well, we're also seeing a push towards developing more autonomous AI agents
Okay.
that can handle complex workflows
Right.
and boost productivity across all sorts of business functions.
Right.
And then there's the AI talent shortage.
Yeah.
So creating upskilling platforms and tools is critical.
Mm-hmm.
And as these AI models get more complex,
Yeah.
we need better solutions for model management and deployment so companies can easily manage, optimize, and scale their AI initiatives.
Okay, so for someone who might be considering entering this space,
Yeah.
what are some of the things that successful GenAI startups have in common?
Well, they often focus on very specific niches
Okay.
or very specific pain points.
Mm-hmm.
They leverage existing models
Right.
instead of building everything from scratch.
Okay.
They have a strong value proposition and a clear ROI.
Mm-hmm.
User-friendly design and accessibility are really important.
Yeah.
Strategic partnerships and integrations can really accelerate their growth.
Okay.
Data security and privacy are essential,
Yeah.
and they're all very adaptable, constantly iterating and improving their offerings.
So this has been an incredibly insightful dive into the world of GenAI startups.
It really has.
Let's wrap it up.
Okay.
So to sum up, The GenAI startup ecosystem is booming right now,
Yeah.
with lots of different revenue models and applications popping up across industries. This growth is fueled by those advancements in AI technologies we talked about
Hmm.
and the demand for AI-powered solutions.
Yeah. And those impressive growth forecasts
Yeah,
and investment figures really show how much potential there is in this
for
market.
sure. It's not just hype.
Yeah,
This is real,
it's real.
with real money
Yeah.
and real adoption.
And there are still so many opportunities for
Yeah.
new companies to emerge.
Right.
The key is to address those unmet needs,
Mm-hmm.
solve the challenges of implementing AI,
Right.
and deliver real value
Yeah.
to customers.
Okay, so as we look ahead,
Mm-hmm.
given how quickly things are changing
Yeah,
and how specialized AI is becoming,
right.
what unexpected industries
It's a great
or
question.
applications might see the most disruption and value creation?
Yeah, it's hard to say for sure,
Yeah,
but it's something to think about.
yeah, for sure. Thanks for joining us
Thanks for having me.
on this deep dive
Yeah, this was great.
into Gen AI startups.